Hello, Internet. It is your boy, the Mighty Super Pants, and I have returned. And I don't think anyone actually cares. But I am playing a game, and I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but I am playing a game. Well, you're gonna see replays of me playing a game. One of my favorite games. Oops. Uh-oh. There we go. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of my favorite games. It is I've I've played it for a long time, or at least I've had cards for a long time because I've never really had anyone to play with. And a little fun fact here: when I first started Yu-Gi-Oh, the very first structure deck, the very first cards that I'd ever owned was the original Fire King structure deck. I think it was called Onslaught of the Fire Kings or Fire King Onslaught, similar to one of their spell cards. And I still own my most favorite card in that structure deck. My single favorite card in the entirety of Yu-Gi-Oh! In the history of this card game. No matter what new card is added, no matter how oversaturated or how disgusting the meta gets, this card, my original Fire King High Avatar Gurnex, the card itself will always stand as my favorite card in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! And just as a bit extra, I got my Fire King deck. I bought the new structure deck day one because these guys mean more to me than a lot of things. I will not specify, but they hold incredible sentimental value for me. And, okay, let me lower my screen a bit. The reason why I bring up the Fire Kings at all is because there's this event going on, the Dice Rally, or, yeah, there it is, down there in the right-hand corner. Yu-Gi-Oh! Dice Rally, and of course, as my main deck, I just ran a bunch of the Fire Kings. I haven't spent any money on these cards, so I've been grinding it out for a long time. This was the deck that I ran for the longest time. It is not that great in comparison to a lot of other archetypes, but actually, give me one sec. Okay. It should be... There it is. Yeah, this is the deck that I've been running for the main game. For the Dice Rally, of course, I ran a much weaker version of it because certain cards got limited, specifically High Avatar Kirin. Also, I couldn't use my Xyz monsters, which is awesome because I'm pretty sure it's the only ones you can't use. You can use Fusion, Synchro, and Link, but you can't use Xyz for some reason. But anyway, what I'm trying to get at here is that I'm gonna show you a few games that I've played that I consider to be some of my favorite games of all time. And as you see, there are a bunch of games that I won. And I think I'll only show you 3 of them at the moment. Namely, 2 of them where I literally pulled an anime moment and came back from the brink of defeat, and I think it starts with you. This one. And I'll kind of go over what I did and such as I play. I will pause the replay a few times because I have a hard time. I'm not the brightest person out there, and you'll notice that I make a lot of mistakes that unintentionally help me out throughout the game. And I think this is the one where I pulled the anime moment. And if you know what I mean by anime moments, where I literally I pull out my ass the exact card that I need. I literally pull a heart of the cards, draw with the power of Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime moments, and become the greatest there is. Anyway, as you see, I get the standard Fire King setup going. And how it normally goes is that you want Ponix and Jurak Megalo. So, this guy and this guy. Ponix searches you your spell cards. Namely, you'd want to get Sanctuary in a basic game, but in the Dice Rally, I think it's better to just go for the island. But that don't matter. Yeah, so you see standard Fire King combo. It starts with Ponix and Jurak. Ponix gets you Sanctuary, which gets you Island, which Island then destroys the Megalo, which then sets up its own little thing. Something you'll know about the Fire Kings is that they really like setting up their nuclear bombs. And someone is vacuuming. Okay. Things explode a lot when it comes to the Fire Kings. Things explode a lot. So I'm pretty sure this is the game, but it's not looking like it because it looks like I'm pretty much creaming my opponent here. I probably should have looked through these. Oh, no, yeah, this is probably just a standard game. But yeah, I just kind of mess with my opponent here. They try it. They try destroying my field. And unintentionally make my field even stronger. Yeah, so everything... So I'll speed this up a bit for you guys. But a lot of effects happen. Salamangreat Raging Phoenix, whenever a fire monster is destroyed on your field, you can special summon it from the graveyard and it gains its original attack. So it's like, it gets really big, as you can see. And yeah, that's game for that. Okay, this wasn't the one that I pulled the anime moment, and I need to remember which ones, because there are two in specific. I know it has to do with this one and maybe this one? Oh, it's definitely these last three. So the one that I showed you previously, let's just say that one is the a warm up. We'll say that the basic showing of how my deck is usually run. But you won't see it that often because I tend to brick a lot. Here we go. So yeah, I didn't get the best hand. I kind of just started with that. Ash Blossom, everyone uses Ash Blossom. Everyone knows what Ash Blossom does by this point. Yeah, this is definitely the first one where I pulled a big ol' anime moment. Now, this game, I had a really hard time getting out a monster because they just kept sending my monsters away, and I really disliked that. Yeah. Once again, I'm left with nothing. Quickly. I have cards. I have a single card in my hand, so I really, at this moment, I really need to draw a card. And this video will also be a demonstration to all of you to why you should never give up. I probably should have went the other way around, where I summoned Kirin by destroying my other monster in hand. No, wait, no. I summon Okranix, that's its name, to destroy Kirin, which would have blown up a card on their field. Now I believe, yeah, this is the last damage I will take in this duel as I proceed to do everything I can to survive, and it all relies on this draw, in which I get regular Kirin, who I then try to, they do a whole thing here, I don't know what, I guess they're just trying to get cards out, or, I don't know. It seems neat, seems like a cool play, but honestly, it's kind of meh. Now, the reason why I use Kirin to destroy the conductor is because with Kirin, I can then, you know, get that guy in the grave, Miscellaneousaurus, into the grave, who would then allow you to set up my nuclear bomb. So just watch. We summon one big old Jurak meteor onto the field. Okay, seriously, I have no idea what the Eradicator Epidemic Virus did, because it literally did nothing. It just kind of happened. Look at your hand. Look at your opponent's hand. All spells and traps they control and all cards they draw until the end. This card resolves and destroy all cards of that declared type. The crazy part is I guess, yeah, it literally did nothing because I drew a trap, but it did nothing. I guess he went for a spell. Now this guy gets in my way. Luckily, thanks to the secondary effect of Jurak Meteor, it special summoned the Ash Blossom to protect me. I draw another Jurak Meteor. I am, as you can see, I am very much dead, but know this, never give up. You must never give up. Unless you 100% know it's a guaranteed loss, you must never give up. And there I do it. I draw the exact card I need. I prayed and I got Punix, which allowed me to make allowed me to hit him hard. And the combo begins. I destroy the Kirin, which they annoyingly have a Called by the Grave, because of course they do. For some reason, I never get to draw my Called by the Grave, but they always draw theirs. Now I smack them, and they try going for this thing. They tribute a monster to special summon from the hand, do a thing where it would have gained a lot of attack points. Luckily, I set my infinite impermanence earlier, so they get negated. Punix readds itself back to my hand. They try to save themselves, but they will fail, because I get to draw another Sanctuary. They got rid of them, I bring them right back. Oh no, look at all those banished cards. My Rangbali. Okay, so the Rangbali was technically a misplay on my behalf until it wasn't, and you'll see why. So once again, Ponix re-adds itself back to my hand. They try adding a layer of darkness. Now, as you can see, Myron Bali negates that card. I don't know if Layer of Darkness would have actually done something, but effectively it gets destroyed. And they lose. They give up. Who knows? Maybe they could have won if they tried. They tried, but they did not. And I am victorious. Now, I think it's this one next. I don't remember. We'll see. Because I'm pretty sure it was a Blue Eyes player that I was going up against, but I don't know. I'll figure this out, because they had an annoying amount of counters. I think it may have been this one. Yeah, because as you can see, I kind of bricked hard, and I got mystical. This was during the dice rally. You can get like random cards if you land on certain spaces, and I happened to get mystical ref panel, which this thing you will never use. You'll never use it. It is worthless. Trash. I honestly don't know why I didn't use the 1-for-1, if I'm being honest. Luckily, they ended up using a spell card, so I was able to get my Megalo into the grave. Megalo does its thing. It sends the Astero to the grave, which the Astero then allows me. The Astero is essentially just a setup for a nuclear bomb. You know the deal. I'm pretty sure he's using the Synchro. The Synchro deck that they give you for the Dice Rally. Maybe. I proceed to nuke the field. Oh yeah, this is the one where I pulled a huge anime moment because he gets me down to 50 life points, which is crazy, and I know that guy was so pissed when he couldn't kill me. Okay, so meter does his thing, everything goes bye-bye. I don't know what... Oh right, I didn't have Sanctuary, because Sanctuary allows me to protect my island. But I didn't have Island, or I didn't have Sanctuary, so it just kind of happened anyway. So he goes into his whole thing. We'll fast forward through this, because it takes a while. They do all this thing, the Black Garden, blah 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 blah. The usual Synchron shenanigans, and ugh. Ow. Ow. I'm left at 2,000 life points, and then they put up their Black Garden. And luckily for me, I just so happened to draw her. So, things happen. I managed to get some cards. Once again, probably should have just destroyed the Alcranix in order to get out my Fire King Avatar Gurnex, but I didn't. I get rid of one big scary monster. I get rid of a second. Luckily, I'm able to get Ponix into my hand, and I am left at 400 life points. And once again, they go into their usual synchro shenanigans. And let's be honest. Okay, how long is the video? Okay, 20 minutes. Yeah, it gets Baron de Fleur or whatever, and my island ends up, or it would have nuked my field, but they stopped it for some reason. I don't know why they did. And they summon another negate. Now I have a field full of roses. What do I do with these roses? Who knows? Podix reacts itself back to my hand. I use those two to go into IP Masquerena. Luckily, they destroyed my Ponix, which then special summons my other guy. I get one more Megalo onto the field. I go into Little Knight in order to banish their meaty, their scary Synchro monster. That's one down. And of course, I kind of have to get rid of the field so I can summon more monsters, because you summon a lot of cards with this deck. Luckily, I stopped anything from happening. My Fire King's effects happen. The field nukes. And I get out the strongest monster I could. I think for the rest of the duel, this guy, Salamangreat Raging Phoenix, becomes the strongest monster. Simply because he just is. Also, the fact that it summons the flower into attack mode was a scary thing. Look, I got 50 life points. Okay, hold on. I need... You see this? I have 50 life points left. I probably should move myself right here. I realized that you probably didn't see how many life points I had in the previous duel. To put it simply, I was brought down to 2,100 life points, and I didn't take any more damage after that, and I just kind of won. But yeah, 50 life points. I destroy the thing that's stopping me. And boom, I won. 50 life points remained. I survived on 50. That's... The dude must have been absolutely pissed when he saw that I survived on 50 life points. Okay, and this will be the last one that is shown for this video. If you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh content, comment down below, please. It's good for the algorithm. I need it if I wanna feel motivated to do this more, I guess. I don't really care if you don't comment or anything, but it would be appreciated. You see, I started, thanks to Dice Rally, I started with this absolutely trash card. I do the usual shenanigans with Fire Kings. They stop me from doing my shenanigans. I pull out a 1-for-1, sending him to the grave, special summoning the other. I feel like I should have done something a bit more there, but... Oh yeah, and this person's a Rocket player. Look. There are certain people that have certain play styles and decks that we just don't like here on the Super Pants channel. And I am looking at you, Rocket players, and I'm looking at you, Blue Eyes players, and I am looking at you also, Vanquish Soul players. Look, I like Vanquish Souls, but combined with the Kena, God, it is so annoying. I mean, it takes forever. And I know you might have seen the Blue Eyes and Vanquish Soul decks that I have in my deck list. I just want you to know they haven't been completed, and really they're just there to help me grind. Like, if I ever do decide to fully finish them, like, I don't have all the cards for them yet, they're just there. So I always forget that or I tend to forget when it's like 1900 or 1600 attack points, that the number is not flipped when the monster belongs to my opponent. It's just I'm just kind of dumb. I get Hida out. They used their Ash Blossom to stop me. Luckily, Hida turns that against them, and I'm able to summon my Promethean Princess. Now, we here at the Super Pants channel, we stan our beautiful Blazing Princess. Our beautiful Blazing Princesses mean everything to us, and so do our giant phoenixes that instantly wipe out the entire field. So they go rockets. The thing about rockets is that they're really annoying, and they, just like what you saw with the synchro cards, they get a lot of stuff out, and it just keeps on going. So we're gonna speed this up a bit. They stop me. Things happen. The meteor. I forgot that my chair goes backwards. I scared myself a little bit, honestly. I went backwards, and that wasn't intended. As you see, I did not get the card I wanted. Apparently, they drew like every Ash Blossom in their deck, which is so fun. We love it when they draw all of their Ash Blossoms. It's so great. They do their rocket thing with just 2 cards in their hand. They, it really is like a gun. They just shoot you in the knees over and over and over again. But remember, we never give up. We never give up. Even though that, even though he's still going, we don't give up, ever. And, oh boy. I refuse to let you destroy my island. I still kind of need it. Ow. Ow. And I have been brought down to 1,000 life points. I try Raigeking. Sadly, this guy doesn't die. Portal Dragon is super annoying because he can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. That includes spells, traps, all the likes, which is super annoying. Okay, so the reason why I did that, and you'll see later, well, you'll see right now, it's for my Raging Phoenix, who now has a grand total of 5,500 and is yikesing all over my opponent. Now, I do believe that if he hits me, I will die. get another nuclear bomb in the grave. He negates effects and such. Luckily, I'm able to keep myself going. And the only monster he can technically destroy is my... I use infinite impermanence to... Luckily, he can't... Boral... The dragon can still have its effects negated. Holy crap, I cannot talk. And thanks to the effect of my Skyburn, my Fire King Garunix gets to stay on the field. Harvada goes to my hand. Potix also goes to my hand. I get to summon another Garunix. And that is game. Look, I'm not saying that I'm the best player to ever live, but yeah, no, I'm trash. Purely by mistake. And there are tons of other of these games where somewhere I even stop my opponent from playing at all, but those are really all the games I'm going to show you today, and I just think they're the best because they are literally the most anime-esque battles possible. And also I just wanted to record a video because it's been a while since I have done that. Anyway, comment down below if you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I could potentially play with some friends. Maybe. Well, just a friend, but, you know. Other than that, I hope you all have a great day, a great week, a great month, hell, a great year. I've certainly started off my year pretty great. I turned 20 last week, and I managed to get my driver's license too. So yeah, my week, my 2026 has started off pretty well. So I will see you guys sometime eventually. Bye-bye.